we're holding something. We believe in the Second Amendment. Whoever doesn't know what it is, look it up. We carry ours. So don't think you're going to come to where we're at and there's not going to be, you better have a grenade. I say, man, he's talking tough. No, what I'm saying is sometimes you got to let people know that you're willing to respond to negative actions, right? Because I've heard one DJ say, listen, man, I don't leave at home without my protection. And I feel bad for him because now he's got to carry, he don't have to carry no crates, but he has to carry his, he's got to carry his bins with him. He's got to carry, his sound with him. And now he has to carry a Roscoe because he has to worry about someone coming in and possibly shooting him. I mean, how can you have a good time if you're going to think about something like that?
Right.
Why does that have to be part of your equipment? Like, you have to bring your XLR cable, you have to bring your 9mm. Why does that have to be part of your kit?
Only thing you should be thinking, if you want to be carrying something and you are single and you live in a single life, you should be just bringing rubbers with you. That's what you should be like, yo.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want to catch nothing like we were talking about last episode.
Exactly. I turned up tonight. The ladies gonna love me tonight. You should be worrying about that because you know what you did. But if you sitting up there and you got to bring a burner on you, how can you really be focused on getting everybody, like, when you're a DJ, your job is to make everybody forget their problems, to have a good time. That's it. But if you're not having a good time because you're worrying about some dumbass who's going to sit there, that might sit there and set it off on you, how can you give it out, how can you give that out to the people who wants to have a good time? Because you're worrying about what's going on after or inside the spot.
Right. Have you ever been in a situation like that, though, Gate? Where you're DJing and then some crazy stuff pops off?
You know what? I have. I wasn't DJing, but I was with the person, and it did get hectic. But the cool thing about it was, the booth was bulletproof, but it was. But when we left, my man, somebody had a chair, and they clocked him. I don't want to say the DJ name. They clocked him in the head with the chair. They caught him
on purpose, or they were just throwing it up in the air and it hit him.
So we went out the back. I went my way. They caught up with him, hit him with the chair, and ran. We told the people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing is like this, right? I've been in plenty of clubs where they've done it outside. I'm glad I've been fortunate that I have never did it inside because that's where the stampedes happen. That's when Big Mama, who's 300, is running over people. That's when the football player guy who plays for the Giants just starts, he act like a little mouse and he just start ramming people. This is it looked like Black Friday when somebody shoots up in the club,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a shame it has to go down like that. Speaking of someone that got shot up in the club, Troy Ave got shot up in the club. But a matter of fact, somebody just shot the shit out of Troy Ave. I'm glad he's living because you never want to see no one, go into the dirt. Troy Ave is actually a popular New York City rapper who, if anybody doesn't know, he shot up a T.I. concert about 6 months back. It seems like maybe retribution or just street beef or just somebody hating. Shot him 3-4 times, Gates? Twice, 3 times, something like that. Yeah. Once in the head and then once in the arm this past week.
Yeah, and then the worst thing, he was trying to go. I think he was going to see some family members. Like,
right.
That's another thing too. When you making money, like, and you out there right now, like, sometimes family members might have to come to you. You can't go to those hoods no more. Then you coming in with the nice whip. It's like, you got somebody out there sitting up there like, yo, he's stunting?
Yeah.
All right. Like,
well, he was driving the Maserati, so he was stunting now. You got to give him, he was riding clean now, cuz.
Exactly. So that's just like, I don't care how much respect you got. That's like Jay-Z still coming to Mars. There's somebody out there who want what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, they shot the shit out of Troy.
That's everywhere.
Ooh, they shot him bad. You guys know I'm in Charlotte. I'm from New Jersey. I just live in Charlotte. And last Sunday, it was Christmas, and I went to a couple of these shows like the City Spotlights where, I want to look at the artists from the town or in the area. And in this particular one, they shot in the parking lot 15 times, right? Then they chase cars and shoot at the car. Then there was retribution. Then they shot at the house, at someone's house not too far. Yeah, look it up. So I talked to the kid that promoted it. I was like, man, they mess your thing up because I only call bits and pieces. He's like, that's an understatement. Then an hour later, I see what the full drama of the night is. And, I mean, it was like a melee, right? So, right? And there was no way I was going to that because once they named the spot, because I went to the last one they had in November because it was a 3-level club, I was cool. But this one, I said, no, that's too small, right? And they're like, what does that have to do? When it's too small, it's packed, and people may have had incidences that they don't like each other, and you're in a small spot and they hit each other. That's when stuff sparks. So you as a consumer have to know, listen, if it's a Crip party in your blood, stay your ass home, right? You got to know where you're at, right? I think that's another thing about being street smart, right? If you know something will pop off, stay your ass where it won't pop off. Because as the older I get, I'm thinking to myself, if they have to check me for guns and knives at this club, maybe I don't need to be at this club. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the shame of it is, and Gates knows, because me and Gates, we talk. So I told everyone, this is an introduction. So you're going to get an introduction of some of our thinking. I've told Gates, I said, I got to get out of hip-hop a little bit. He goes, why, man? You love hip-hop. I says, but where we trying to go, we can get stagnated because of incidences. So we need to broaden our, and everyone knows I like EDM, so we got to go there. Everyone knows that I'm Puerto Rican. I said, Gates plays the South, so I said, we got to go there. You have to be other places than where a place may mess you up. Because I'm going to tell you something. Hip-hop clubs they don't make clubs no more. They call them lounges. Tip J, how is the hip-hop scene in Toledo at the clubs? Because I know Toledo shoot it up.
The hip-hop scenes and the club scenes here are crazy. And it's like I really don't even go out like I used to just because of the nonsense that will normally happen. Just like you said, once a spot is like too packed, you already know something is going to end up happening. You already know. And when I mentioned even Robert Easter Jr., when he had won his championship, he had his party here in Toledo, Ohio. Do you know that they were shooting and fighting at his party? It's like no respect that he's trying to, do something for the city and show the city love or whatever. But, yeah, they were acting crazy there. And ended up shutting his party down. So it's like people just they don't care. They have no regard. It's not back in the day when, people actually wanted to go out and actually have fun to have fun. But now it's like people go out just to see who they can get into it with or what beef, they can start. Or if they see someone out in the same club that they already have beef with, then you already know something's going to end up happening. But it's crazy. Right.
So as business people with Tag Radio, we're not tagging craziness. We're tagging smartness. We're a business unit. We're here to move all cultures and platforms further, right? So this week was our introduction. We let you know some of our craziness, our zaniness, but also our smartness. Next week is going to be better, and after that week it's going to be even better. Then we're going to start bringing in. We all have ideas of who we want to bring in. We're going to dive right into it. We're going to have a little bit of humor. We're going to have a little bit of smartness. But we're so glad all of you guys joined us today. I just want to tell you too that I don't know if you can you guys feel the chemistry? I mean, the last show was good.
Yes.
I think that show, Pitching and Grinding Radio, big up to them guys. Wish them the best. But I think this chemistry here is just like none other. What's your feelings about that? You think I'm a little bit off radar? Or do you get that same type of feeling?
No, I get the same type of feeling.
It's fun.
Yeah.
The show is fun. It's energetic. No We say off the wall stuff. I like the show. I think it's going to work. Oh, and that reminds me too. Cotton Candy says she will do the show.
Cotton Candy, big up. Well, everybody that doesn't know who Cotton Candy is, check her tag out. You know what I mean? We're going to have her come into the show also. I feel really excited about this. Guys, if you don't listen to, I'll give you a couple of the platforms we're on. Fleet DJ Radio, Heart of the Streets Radio, Big Bruce Radio, Talk Truth Radio, and Podomatic. So, if you can get to one of them or all of them, that'll be great. But for everybody here at Tag Syndicated Radio, we'll be here same place, same time next week. All right, guys, have a go.